Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Devils in God's Country. Guess what, bitches? It's ladies' night tonight. We have, as always, our lovely co-host, Miss Allie Jackson. Whenever she can be here, she is always my co-host, a great friend of mine, a very wonderful and inspiring atheist woman herself. And we have Miss Stephanie Brown, the wife of, excuse me, Timothy Brown, that's been on the show a few times. And we're going to just let the ladies have the floor for the most part. I'll be, sitting back in the peanut gallery and just, commenting when they want some male opinion. Otherwise, I'll keep my fucking mouth shut and do some shots. The topic tonight, of course, is women in atheism, and this is a multifaceted thing that we can talk about, and a lot of things to discuss in that realm. So, without further ado, let me hand it over to Miss Allie.
Hi, and Casper, I hope you know that we do not want you to sit there with your mouth shut. You're gonna add a lot of great information to everything we want to discuss today, as you always do. But yeah, so we're here to talk about that huge looming problem everyone says that atheism has, and that's women in atheism. I myself am a woman atheist, obviously, and I put myself out there to the atheist community to get picked down to the bone in every single aspect over everything I say, everything I post, everything I do. I'm there putting myself out there every single day. And still, we constantly hear and constantly see complaints about the lack of women in our community. And research has proven that that indeed is a problem. There are definitely more male atheists than there are female atheists. So it's a challenge we're about to face because we're soon to be launching my baby, the dating website, Godless Singles, and so it's going to be a global thing, and we're going to need some women, some single atheist women to be on our site. So women in atheism is definitely a challenge across the board, no matter what. Our popular atheists tend to be men. Women in our communities that even Atheist Republic sets up online themselves typically tend to be more male-oriented. I have come across a few atheist groups that were specifically just for women that kind of fizzled out and didn't really do well. There's like a core 4 of us that kind of talked back and forth with each other, and aside from that 4, we kind of fizzled out on that. So, it's a huge problem. That definitely needs to be addressed, and I see a few different issues in why we don't see as many prominent female atheists as people are hoping for, and those are issues that I hope, or my opinion is something that I hope the whole community can listen to and kind of keep in mind when they're discussing this issue. And they say we want to see more prominent female atheists. Well, then let's set a foundation for women to be able to grow on. I think that's very important. And so that's kind of the messages that I'm going to be speaking on tonight. I want to hand it over to Stephanie here and see what she has to say and what her take is on women in atheism.
Well, as far as I have to say about women in atheism, it's become a big problem that is just men, because everybody looks at it as women have a weaker mind than men do, and that they don't want to speak their mind against particular beliefs or have a strong opinion on anything to be looked down upon. And I have been outspoken and brash since the day I was born, and my mom can't put me down for that because she encouraged it. Her being a Christian woman, which is crazy to me, has always told us, speak your mind. Whatever you were thinking or whatever you feel, express that. And I've always done that, and that's the way I've always been. I've always stood up for my family, regardless of their religious beliefs. I've stood up for my sister, my brother, and my cousins, or even though most of them are crazy and religious fanatics. I don't believe that women are the weaker sex, and we should, if we have a certain beliefs or disbeliefs in things. We should be able to stand up and say that and be able to express ourselves. But a lot of women are scared. They either have children or families that they worry about, and they're afraid that if they speak out against any of that, that something is going to be brought upon them. I worry about that sometimes too. I have a 6-year-old son, and I worry that speaking out against things, people are like going to come and hurt me and my family, and we shouldn't have to worry about any of that. But yeah, I'm a little tipsy already, so.
No, and that's a very good point that you brought up children. A lot of women definitely consider their children a piece of them, something they have to protect. Men do as well, but not in this exact same way, I feel. In my experience, men don't have to worry about their children the exact same way. Men don't mind if their children are a bit tough. They don't mind if they're exposed to a few more things. Whereas I don't want to see my children's feelings hurt. And I don't want to see somebody show up to school and say, oh, your mom is psycho. Or, call them names in regards to what happens to me. We get death threats often. We get threats to our family. One recently that kind of sticks out was a guy who said that he was going to rape my daughter. It wasn't, yeah, right. Not even that. I don't put my children in public, but just seeing the words that he was gonna, and they get graphic. I'm gonna take my dick. I'm gonna put it in her mouth. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then they start talking about my mom, and I'm like, buddy. That just shows how gross you are. Like, I don't think anyone should do that to my mom.
That's insane to me. Like, I don't understand where people get off saying that. And then they claim that they're Christians or religious people, and then say disgusting things about children in that way. That just makes me sick to my stomach. Being a person of victim, I don't really try to use the word victim, but I was molested as a child, and just to hear things come from a religious person in that way makes me literally sick to my stomach. Like, I don't understand how some men in particular would say that about children in general. Like, my husband would never, ever say something like that. Or Cass would never say something like that. That's just, makes me literally sick. I don't understand why someone would even say that to you.
Right, and this last guy who told me he was going to stick his dick down my throat, I called him out on it. I said, so did Allah clear you sticking your dick down my throat? Like, is that okay with Allah that you're going to be doing that to me? And he said, well, I wouldn't do it. And mind you, he thought he was talking to a man, and I pretended to be a man. He said, well, I wouldn't do it, but it's what you deserve. And I was like, and he said, sometimes sticking a dick down a throat isn't sexual. You need to look up the definition. And I said, I looked up the definition of that job. It is always sexual. In nature, and yeah, so you just told me, a man, that you want to stick your dick down my throat. You're kind of gay, guy. Like, is all with this? I just want to know.
He's projecting his homosexual tendencies upon you.
Right, and I said, I don't mind you expressing your sexuality with me, but is Allah okay with this? And he said, well, I'm not gay, and I was like, guy, that's fine. You want to say that, but if you're having fantasies about sticking your dick down another dude's throat, it's kind of a homosexual act. So we get this a lot. We do. We get it a lot. And being a woman, whenever I get them in my personal inbox, it's always, I'm a bitch. I need to get raped. I need to get tortured. It's a pattern of things, but I wouldn't say that it's much different from what they think they're giving to the men, because they always want to talk about, I'm going to have my dog fuck you, I'm going to stick my dick in your ass, and it's like, first of all, their sexuality is just amazing.
Amazing, right?
All of you.
Like gender nowadays is fluid, and sexuality is fluid, but the whole point of I'm not gay or I'm not bi and I don't like men, but they want to rape other men or threaten that they're going to rape them because they don't believe the way they do. That's not right in any way.
And of course, what it comes down to at the end of the day is Allah never has approved any of these messages. And it's pretty sick. But women want to protect their children from this kind of stuff. You know, my son had a Facebook for a little while, a short little while, where I had him out there. He could interact with some of my old friends that he missed, that don't get to see us anymore because they moved away. And the whole thing happened in December with our group kind of taking a split and everything like that. And then people started targeting my son. And they started targeting my son about me. And I said, no, I'm not going to let him go through this. And so
it's not his fault. Like, it's not he's not even a part of that. He may be a part of you, but he's not a part of all of that. That's what I don't understand is why target someone's child? That's not their fault. Don't do that to them.
And no matter how much of a bitch I am, no matter how much anyone hates me, don't punish my kid for it. Don't go to my kid and tell them that. And it was immediately just this gotta shut this down kind of a reaction. But what happens when he's 14, 16, 18? I can't shut down his accounts to save him. I can't hide him or shield him from that stuff. And that's hard on me. It's really hard on me. It hurts my heart that as a mother, there absolutely is a way that I cannot protect my son, and it absolutely 100% has to do with my presence in the atheist community.
Right.
You know, I think it's great that you bring up kids because speaking from a male perspective as a father, I didn't understand fully the perspective of my wife as when I was working full-time and she was a full-time caregiver to our children and homekeeper, like I didn't understand her feelings and her role there. And now that that role's reversed and I'm at home with my children, I'm the caregiver, I'm the one that's here raising our children, I understand it much more clearly. And I think that's something that a lot of men just I want to honestly say we miss out on. So many of us feel like you've got to go
miss out on it,
and
especially.
you've got to go have the job, and you've got to be the breadwinner of the family. And no, you don't. Like, be a fucking father. Like, learn what it is to be a caregiver to your children. Learn what it is to be a parent, and that's your fucking job. That's what you do. Your job isn't to bring home the fucking paycheck. Your job is to make sure that these kids are happy and they're healthy and that they have everything that they need throughout the day. And you're the one that's fucking changing butts when diapers need changing, and you're the one that fucking takes time out of your day to play with them and spend time with them, and make sure that they develop into decent human beings. If more men took that role upon themselves and said, you know what, if my wife wants to be the one who has a job, or if she's able to be the one who's the breadwinner of the family, more power to her. It's my job to step up as a parent and take care of my children and to understand what that fucking role is, because it's just as important. It doesn't diminish you in any way that you're not the one bringing home the fucking paycheck when you're the one at home making sure that these children grow into rational, reasonable, fucking decent human beings. Like, that's your fucking job. You're not taking these little fucking seeds and growing them into a new you. You have to raise new human beings that are going to be adult human beings at some point, and it's your job to make sure they're decent fucking human beings. Like, that's your fucking job. And it's a difficult job. It's not easy. So like I didn't fully grasp that until I was in that role, and now that I am, I'm like, you know what? This is fucking difficult. This is not some simple fucking chore, where it's just like, oh, I'm here at the house here in the day. I get to watch TV and sit on my ass. Like, that's not what it's about. I have responsibility with my family.
Yeah, I have the issue. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I deal with them sending the school little church papers. and to join Vacation Bible School or go to prayer meetings, and we have to confront the school about not sending them things home, whereas they won't listen to me at the school, where it takes my husband to call them and tell them, don't send that stuff home. We don't want it. We don't want any part of it. But because I'm a woman and I'm the mom, they don't listen to me. But it takes the dad to call and change that, which is not right at all. And we sit back and try to make sure our kids are not indoctrinated in school, and it shouldn't be just the mom's job or the dad's job. We have to work together and make sure that our kids are protected from crazy ideals that shouldn't be brought up to them in school in the first place.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just a Southern thing or what, where it's much easier, it seems, for a man to get a point across than a woman, especially in the school districts. I kind of went through the exact same thing. I had at a time where my son was being bullied in the first grade by his teacher. Okay, he had a bully teacher. Imagine how hard that is. We had to send snacks to school. She would take his snack and tell him that wasn't an approved snack in front of everybody, when it absolutely was an approved snack. So we had those issues, but that wasn't the worst. The time that I had to actually go up and start talking about filing a lawsuit was when he said he needed to go to the restroom, and she told him, no, you can sit there and pee your pants. And he sat there until he had to pee his pants, and then she made fun of him in front of everybody and encouraged everyone else to sit there and make fun of him. So when I went up there, I was enraged. I was beyond the point of sending letters, beyond the point of talking about it. I was fucking demanding, you're going to do something about this. I'm going to sue. I'm going to make sure no other child has to go through what this bitch did to my son. Okay, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't call a woman a bitch. Don't do this, blah, blah, blah. That in itself is sexist and wrong. This woman was a bitch. I don't fucking care. She's ugly as a dog.
I don't like the word cunt, but I would have called her that.
Was a cunt.
Like, you don't do that. You don't do that to a child for no reason. Like, I had the same issue with a bus driver. So.
She was just horrifying. So they told me, ma'am, you need to calm down. Okay? Because that's what happens to women when they just sit and look pretty. Okay? We get told to calm down, right? We're emotional. Something is wrong with you. You need to get your act together. I need to get my fucking act together? Your teacher goddamn made my son piss his pants, and I need to get my act together? Fuck you. Fuck everything. This is on now. Okay, I've sent you letters. I've documented proof that she has been harassing my kid from day one. Documented proof you've done nothing. This is what you get now. But instead of me being a concerned mother, an angry mother, rightfully so angry mother, I was an out-of-control, emotional woman.
Well, and here's a great difference, too, because as a man, if that happens to my son, and I go up to the school, and I look at the fucking principal and go, look here, dude, I will beat the living fucking shit out of this bitch if she does that shit to my kid again. I'm not being, they're not going to tell me to calm down or anything like that.
No, nobody's going to tell you to calm down.
Yeah, we'll take care of it, sir. We're so sorry that happened. That shouldn't happen. We're so sorry. Yeah, because you know what? As a dude, if I go in there and I threaten to kick the living shit out of somebody, people are like, whoa, fuck yeah, let's do something about this. But then a woman goes in there and says, hey, look, just take care of it. I'm not even threatening you. And you get, oh, you need to calm down. You need to get in your fucking place. No, fuck you. Like, I would love to see a woman go, dude, I will beat the fuck out of this bitch. Let it happen again. Let it happen again and see what the fuck happens. Because that's me. That's me as a fucking parent and a father. Like, you let that happen to my kid. You guarantee I will go up there and I will fucking take the charge for assault, for beating the living fuck out of a motherfucker for doing that shit to my kid. You don't fucking do that. Period. But I'm a dude, so, hey, that's just, guys are like that. They just they're violent and they just do that. No, that's the emotional fucking reach of a parent, but a woman has to tone herself down and not threaten someone because she's a woman. That's unwomanly. That's not ladylike. It's some
Yeah, it makes us
bullshit,
look like
man.
we're crazy. And they label us like we're crazy women, and we have hysteria, like from the 1920s, and how doctors cured hysteria with dildos. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me how these men, particularly, even the women at the school, think we're freaking crazy when we stand up for our kids. Don't get me wrong, my kid has ADHD, and he is off the wall. But we had a bus driver that was screaming at him in front of other kids. I'm going to write you up, you're a bad kid, and everything. So I just decided, since they're not listening to me and he's bullying my son, I'm going to take him back and forth to school, because I'm not putting him back on a bus with a bully bus driver every single day and making him feel like less of a person. It's not fair to him,
Right.
with him having a disability, that he's going to be treated like crap daily.
And in atheism, though, and to tie this back into our topic, that's exactly how I get treated now, right? So when I first started off in my new position here, I used to have to call the men for backup. How degrading is that, right?
Yeah.
I would say, guys, this is the new way we're doing things. I know it's not the same, but this is the way that we've discussed. This is the best way to get something done. This is good for organization amongst our team. This is the way it's going to be. And then people are like, fuck you, hysteria, you've gone crazy. Armin would never do this. And I was like, I talked to Armin about all this. So I'd have to bring in Casper and be like, Casper, man, because you have a penis, can you please tell these people this is the way things are going to go now?
Right.
That was so degrading for me. It was so...
and it's degrading for me too.
Absolutely.
To be like, I have to come in here and back this woman up. No, she's
You
the
had to be
fucking leader of this organization. No.
You had to be my daddy at the playground and come in and say, okay, kids, we're going to play fair. It's Allie's turn with the ball. Allie's going to play. That's what he had to do. How fucking degrading is that for everybody, just because people couldn't take a simple, instruction from me? And it's I've definitely learned to combat this, okay? But now that I do combat it, in the way that I do combat it, people say you're a bitch. Great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and how many times have people sit here and said, I have to fucking talk for you? It's so fucking ridiculous. I mean, like, are you kidding me? I'm not talking for her. I'm reiterating what the fuck she said and telling you that, no, I've got her back. Like, that's what the fuck she said. That's what the fuck's happening. I've got her fucking back.
And they only listen to you because you have the penis and she has a vagina. And that should never be the case. And that's the messed up thing is in today's society is feminists are looked down on because we want to be listened to, is because females want to be listened to. And then there's the extreme feminists that, we all want to be treated but don't hit me. We want to be all treated correctly, but I'm going to beat on you, and it's not okay to beat on me. And then we have the feminists who just want to be treated right. We just want to be treated the same way men are treated, and we're not trying to hurt any men, and we don't want to be hurt back. And we just want equal opportunities as men have.
Yeah.
But see, the Bible doesn't want us to have that. And there's where Christians come in, and they're like, well, you should bow down to me because I have a penis, and that's not fair at all.
So maybe you want to touch on this a little bit, Allie, because we've dealt with this in our own organization. We have a few members, a very few, but a few members in our own organization that post like men's rights activist shit, and we just sit back and we're like, I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm not even going to comment on how fucking retarded that is. And so, how do we deal with that? How do we deal with people that were like, no, feminism happened and it had its place and now women are treated equal, so fuck you, stop bitching. How do we deal with that?
And that's a dynamite question, and that in itself is going to hold the key to getting more women in atheism. To be honest with you, I know too many atheist women who said, you know what, fuck it, I'm out of here, because they were sick and tired of the men's rights activists stepping up and re-putting women back in our place. Women want to be liked. Men want to be liked. People in general want to be liked. And we want to get along with people in general. This is just kind of human nature. It's who we are as people. We want to get along with everybody. But it's hard for me when I'm a woman in this position, seeing that things really are not fair. Like I said, I've got things under control now. There's no way anyone's going to tread on me anymore. And I don't need to run to Casper to say, can you please tell them this is the way things are going to be? Because, you know, when I say something's going to be this way, it's just the way it's going to be. And it's not because I'm a control freak. It's not because I'm a bitch. You can call me that. That's great. But it's because it's what's best for the organization that I love and I care about more than as much as a child. I love and care about Atheist Republic as much as a child for me. And so I would never do anything to make any decision that is bad, purposely. I'd be more than happy to listen to everybody. But if you're going to tell me no and you're going to tell me how to do my job simply because I have a vagina, and then you're going to turn around and say, men need these rights away from women. The women have gone crazy. They've lost their mind. They're feminazis. They're this, they're that. And I just want to be like, guy, what the fuck are you talking about? What world are you living in where you with your penis gets to tell me that the world is fair now? The world is equal now. What right do you have for that? I for one grew up in a household where feminism was not a thing. Okay, if you were a woman who cared about your rights, fuck you, shut up, clean the kitchen, cook my food, and serve me. That's the house.
Be barefoot and pregnant.
Okay, thank you. I absolutely 100% believed that my brothers were better than me in every single way, no matter what. I was an artist. I played lacrosse. I did amazing, awesome things no one gave a fuck about because it wasn't football and I didn't have a penis. And that was okay to me because that is the way I grew up. And now I've entered this world where, okay, this stuff isn't okay. But I still want to be liked. I still want people to like me. And people don't like feminists. So do I say I'm not a feminist, but I'm just for equal rights? And don't get me wrong. If the MRAs, the only thing they cared about were men's rights, and they honestly cared about men and women being treated equal, if they stood up and said, we need more paternity leave when a baby is born. We need to get our black males out of a prison system because they're being sold to it. And they came out and they fought for these rights. I would march hand in hand right beside them, right on there. We need more men's rights in this fucking country because we do. We simply do.
And parenting, definitely. My husband goes through this every day. His ex-wife doesn't let him see his daughter. And I believe that men should have so much more rights when it comes to parenting.
It's
ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is so messed up. And so if that's what we're calling ourselves, if we're calling ourselves MRAs, and these are the issues we're tackling, I am an MRA. I am right beside you. Okay? I absolutely 100% believe men need more rights. But to sit there and say, as a man, women already have their rights. We need to fuck
Definitely
this.
Wrong.
Okay? That is wrong, and that is unfair. And you are ultimately proving why we need a movement, whatever you want to call it, feminism, whatever.
Equal rights in general.
We need a movement for equal rights. Quit calling it humanitarian. Quit calling it humanitarianism. Quit calling it egalitarianism. I think I messed that up. I'm drunk. Whatever. Fuck that. But quit calling it these things. But it's not. Those things have their place. They have different definitions. They have more embracing definitions than just equal rights for men and women. Quit saying I'm a humanist, therefore I'm a feminist. I don't have to call myself a feminist because I'm a humanist. Quit saying that, because humanists are not feminists necessarily. And it's frustrating to all shit. It is so frustrating. And the second you or I, Stephanie, step out of our place, okay, and we say, no, that's feminism. We need a movement for this. You and I are feminazis. You and I hate men. You and I are essentially worthless because we have a vagina, and we just said, you know what, we kind of do need equal rights still. We do need a movement that is geared just towards this. I love men.
Right.
I love men, and I think men need more rights too. Can we fight hand in hand together on this? But no, they won't hear that. You're a feminist.
You know, I think that humanism and egalitarianism, like, those things have a place, but they have a place once there's equality and human beings are not getting equal rights with other human beings. At that point, then yes, we can all go, hey, we're all egalitarians, or we're all humanists, you know, and we can say, okay, well, that's what we all are. So, you know, we've got even playing field between most human beings, but then there's this upper class that we're still fighting against, so we have to deal with that issue as a separate issue.
We fight that every single day, is the upper class that think they're so much better than women, or they are so much better than another race, Mexicans or blacks or Muslims or Asians or whatever it is. They think they're so much higher than what they should be. And that's why we're having such a controversy right now with Trump and all the crap that we have to deal with, because the next thing you see on the news is he's against women, or he's against blacks, or he's against Mexicans. It doesn't matter, but there's so many people that support him, including women. And I don't understand why we're even allowing this to be in our country, that we're even allowing him to be running for president in general. Like, I don't understand how this is even an issue.
Yeah, well, personally, I'm going to tell you right now, Donald Trump is a cunt. And he's a cunt because he fucking hates women, and he hates black people, and he hates brown-skinned people, and he hates all Arabs because he thinks that all Arab people are fucking Muslims. Let me this is something I had to fucking point out once again to people, because people simply don't seem to fucking get it. The only people that believe that all Arabs are fucking Muslims are fucking racist son of bitches like Donald Trump. I'm not in that fucking camp, dude. That's not my fucking camp. I know that not all Arabs are fucking Muslim. The fucking founder of this organization is an ex-Muslim. He is a fucking Arab from Iran. And no, he's not a fucking Muslim.
Right.
You know? And even if he was, if he's a fucking moderate, supposedly progressive Muslim for what Islam is and the amount of progressiveness you can have within Islam, if that's the category he fits into, I'm not arguing with this dude. You know? That's not where my fucking fight is. And it's the same thing with fucking women. You know, my fight isn't against women that actually want fucking equal rights with men. My fight certainly is not with other atheist women who just want to have the same platform I have. My book sales fucking outdo every woman that fucking has published with us. We have 2 women authors that have published with us. My book sales outdo theirs fucking 100 to 1. And why is that? Because of the name on the fucking bottom of this. Because the name at the fucking bottom of the book. If I published as fucking Janet Rigsby, motherfuckers wouldn't read my book. Because it ain't got a penis attached to it.
Right.
You know? And that's fucking ridiculous.
And another thing that I hear all the time is, where's the female version of Richard Dawkins? Where's, you know, well, sure, you go out and you say stuff, but you're no Dawkins, you're no Hitchens, you know this. Quit fucking looking for the next Richard Dawkins. Enjoy your Richard Dawkins that you have now. Quit fucking making everybody needing to be the next Richard Dawkins. We won't have a next Richard Dawkins. We'll never have a next Hitchens. We'll never have a next whatever. Okay? Go ahead and embrace the fact that things are going to change in our newly kind of established community here, and understand that women have a place in that community. And I think that soon enough we will get our women in our community stand up and be like, no, You know, who is that one YouTube girl? Super pretty, long brown hair, plays piano.
Jacqueline Glenn.
Yes, yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
she posed for Playboy, right? And in all honesty, I've seen her kind of fall off the face of the atheist. Maybe it's just me, and I'm not hanging out in the same circles that used to post her all the time. But ever since the whole like Playboy thing happened, she just got shoved right under the bus. Okay.
Everybody seems to shove her under the bus, saying that she's like fake and plagiarism and everything. I watch her videos all the time.
Yeah, there are definitely other
awesome.
But the thing is she does this one thing. Okay, she poses for Playboy, and half of the community says, fuck her. At least half of our community, not half the people that hang out in my social circles say fuck her. And I'm like, how can you fucking do that? You say Richard Dawkins, and I love Richard Dawkins, okay? I am probably one of the biggest Richard Dawkins fanatics out there. I'm like a little schoolgirl. But, you know, Richard Dawkins says some pretty harsh things sometimes that a lot of women can't wrap their mind around, and men. And they get really upset, and they say, how can you fucking love Dawkins? He hates women. I completely disagree with that statement. He does not hate women. There definitely are some, you know, but he says things that are hurtful, and people can overlook that. People can easily overlook that for him, you know, when he quote unquote
he's got a penis.
He gets a get out of jail free card, and people like Jacqueline Glenn, on the other hand, not so much. So they say that she plagiarized after that. So then the half that was already following her no longer want to be around. I still think she has great things to say. I think that she puts things out there in a phenomenal format that people are interested in. She is a great atheist woman, and we need more people embracing that and saying, okay, you made a mistake, let's get over it. But women are judged, you know, if she gets pregnant.
I don't even see it as a mistake.
Oh, she got fat. She's fat now, and they're gonna focus on that, and they're gonna focus on everything, and that's why it's so fucking hard being out there as an atheist woman. Is everything about you is judged, everything is looked at, everything is and there's no forgiveness.
Right.
You know, I think this ties into something that we were talking about before we started the show. Is I love to tell people, okay, you know, in the United States of America, we're not going to talk about Britain because Britain has its own social growth, and it's grown differently than the United States. But let's look at the United States. Would we be reading Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens, and all these other men if not for people like Madeleine Mary O'Hare? Would we be seeing them if not for a woman who fucking stood up and made it possible for fucking new atheists like myself to be vocal as fuck in this country? I owe my ability to be that vocal to her. I owe the fact that my kid is not forced to pray in school to Madeleine Mary O'Hare. Not to any dude, not to any fucking penis. Like, she did that. That's where my allegiance stands. And if not for her, I don't get Dawkins. I don't get Hitchens. I don't get these others because they would be shut down in our fucking country if not for one woman who stood up and said, you know what? No, fuck that. And she was vocal and she was outspoken and people fucking hate her. I get you. Hate all you fucking want, but she did not back down from you motherfuckers. And that's why I'm able to not back down from you. It's not because of what any dude with a fucking penis did. It's because of what that woman did and said, you know what, fuck this, I'm not backing down.
And that's where she got targeted. She got targeted for her vocalism. Her family got targeted for their vocalism. And they wrote articles upon articles that I've read recently about how she siphoned money because she was vocal and how all of that crap. And then her family was all targeted, and then one day she just disappeared. Her and her family just disappeared. And then all of a sudden they find dismemberment parts of her and her family, and they're charred, which is ridiculous. And we shouldn't ever have to fear for our lives being in a country that's supposed to be freedom from religion, not freedom of religion, but freedom from it. And have to fear that every single day that one day me and my family are going to be snatched up because we don't believe in some magical sky daddy somewhere that everybody else seems to pray to, and then my family and me are going to disappear one day. There's no logic behind that.
Yeah, she enraged so many people. She enraged countless amounts of people, and people that were right here in her own country. And the majority of people who tend to hate me aren't in this country, luckily enough
Right.
for me. So I feel like I get a little more freedom to run my mouth and be exactly who I want to be because of that. But I wonder if the people who hated me as much as the people who hated her, she single-handedly stopped their children being able to have their prayer groups in school. She stopped, all of these. I remember my dad hated this woman so much, and I didn't even know that atheists were real and existed. So, except for her, and they hated her so much. It makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder, how many people actually plotted killing that woman. And it's a scary thought. It is such a truly scary thought.
And I look at people today like Jan Hersey Allie.
I guess I'm taking over for her while she goes and does her own thing.
Oh, hey, Timothy.
What's up? I'm back. I missed you last week, Allie.
I know, I missed you.
It's a fucked up thing. I look at strong women like Jan Hersey Allie, and I follow Jan on Twitter. I follow Jan on Facebook. I've read her book, and I'm amazed by the strength of this woman. I find that she is very passionate, and although I disagree with her on certain things, like especially the Israel issue, I respect this woman greatly because of her willingness to just stand up and go, look, I'm going to put this out there. And people want to fucking bash her, and it's like, no, you lied about so much shit just to get out of that fucking country. And it's like, why did I have to fucking lie about it? That's the bigger fucking question. Why couldn't I just tell you that I was a fucking victim there and that I needed to fucking get out and that be enough for you? It wasn't enough, so I had to fucking give you all this other shit for you to say, oh, you know what, I guess, well, maybe you deserve something. Fuck that. She shouldn't have to fucking done that. Dudes don't have to fucking do that. When does a dude have to go, you know what, I think people might be fucking targeting me here, and I need to get out, and then he's got to have fucking 20 other dudes go, yeah, well, you know what, yeah, maybe so. That doesn't fucking happen. When a dude says that shit, people are like, oh, okay, well, fuck, man, if a dude's fucking feeling threatened, maybe there's some real shit here. Like, why the fuck is that, Allie?
It's something that I've never, and obviously it's definitely because of religious indoctrination. If we look at the Quran, one of my most favorite passages to point out to people is the passage where it says that it takes a witness from one man to testify in any situation. So really, I mean, and that's because of our feeble minds. It's because of stuff like that people just get it in their heads that women can't tell a story. Women can't be sophisticated. Women, we're just these little idiots with these little feeble minds, and we can't keep a story, and we can't tell a story. We can't tell our opinions. We can't say what actually happened and have it be true. People need the proof behind it, and that definitely stems from the religious background that we were all brought up in. Women are nothing in Christianity. We're nothing. We weren't worth as much as slaves, okay? We weren't worth hardly anything to our fathers. If a man raped us, fuck, just take your 50 little shekels and be on your way. Have her, take her, whatever. She's costing me more money being here than not, so fine. This is the way that it was perfectly fine for women to be treated then. Why should that change? And I think that we've proven over and over and over that we are definitely as strong as we're people. People are as strong as you want people to be. People do like to bring up the idea of jobs, right? They say, well, what about a firefighter situation? You have to be able to throw a body over your shoulder and deck it out of a building. I could not do that. I couldn't. I am not strong enough to pick up your body and put it over my shoulder and drag you out of a burning building. So can a man do it? Sure, but if a woman is strong enough to do it, she should definitely be allowed to do it. I know too many men that aren't able to do jobs that I've done. I know too many men who can't. So to sit there and try to point out that women are different from men and the fact that some can't pick up a body and slap it over their shoulder. I know some men who can't do it.
Right.
Okay, and I know
some women that can. I know lots of women that can, but I can't.
Yeah,
I
right.
can't do it personally, but I know women that can.
So
not every job is for a certain person.
Right, right. When these things are brought up,
it's
people. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I could do it if zombies were coming, but otherwise, yeah, I'm fat and lazy, man. I ain't gonna get it done.
Rush.
Sorry.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to help out, but I'm not doing it. To be honest.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, we're all getting drunk and doing shots and drinking stuff. So.
Right. I just know that women in a lot of communities in general aren't appreciated for who they are. And I wish that they were, but it's just that I just wish that women were appreciated more than they are right now and valued for who they are. Not like we said, not everybody can do particular jobs, but some can, and men or women. There's some men that can't take care of children, and women can. Or there's men that can take care of children where women can't. There's some women that are just not equipped for it. And a lot of people are disvalued for the things that they can't do.
So here's something kind of fucked up. I was doing a little searching, a little researching today before this because I don't want to be the fucking idiot dude with a penis on here that's going, holy shit, I don't know what I got myself into. So I did a search for women in atheism on Google, okay? And I saw something that honestly kind of disturbed me, okay? There's one of the first links you'll run into is 15 famous female atheists. And you think, okay, well, this is awesome. Let's see who this is. We've got Julianne Moore, Angelina Jolie, Janine Garofalo. Those are the top 3 on this list. All of them actresses, famous Hollywood people. I scroll down through this list of 15 people. We've got Ayn Rand on this list. We've got Ayaan Hirsi Ali, awesome. Glad she's on there. But then we got Kathy Griffin, Katharine Hepburn. Yeah, and you scroll down through this list and you see all these beautiful women and you go, how many of these women are actresses? Emma Thompson, Keira Knightley, and it's like, okay, hold on a second. As a dude, who really respects women, my question is, where the fuck are all the female scientists?
Right?
I'm absolutely certain that there are fucking all sorts of female scientists that are also atheists, right along the fucking lines of Dawkins. Where the fuck are their names in this goddamn list?
Activists and all those things, but you don't see those on that 15 list.
No, and you're not going to, because what people value is the look. And I think that is...
Or popularity, for that matter.
The look or the popularity, which the look definitely will get you the popularity. So, you know, we're kind of kicking our own selves in the foot here, where we're in a society where we can't respect women for what they say. It's more about kind of what I was addressing earlier. If you're not sitting there and looking pretty and speaking when spoken to, why should anyone listen to you? And that's kind of that was the way I grew up. Anyways, and if you couldn't sit there and look pretty, then you just had a hell of a life ahead of you, you know? Like, things are really
Did I ask for your opinion? Why are you talking right now?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And you just do what you're told, and hopefully one day some man will be kind enough to whisk you away and let you wash his socks and cook him his dinner, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am. So I mean, so that's kind of where I think this stemmed to is in the South. Maybe it was just a Southern thing. Is that's kind of the way things were. So people were raised in that kind of a way where that's what women did. Women cleaned, women cooked, and women spoke when spoken to. Sure, there. I mean, I'm not saying that was the only time that I ever really spoke. In my house, I would chase my brothers and fight with them and try to hit them, but the same siblings always did. But when something got serious in my house, you better believe I didn't speak out of turn, because I'd be the first one to get it. I would be the first one to get it because it was a kind of an unspoken rule that I spoke when spoken to in serious matters. So I could have fun all I wanted. I could be the cute little flower popping around. Hey, Daddy, can you do this? Can I do that? But when it came to something serious, I was to shut up. And maybe that has a little bit of something to do with here in America why women can't get their voices out there. Actresses? I mean, are you serious? The top 3 are actresses. It's strange.
Kind of disturbing.
I always kind of laugh at the idea when people, especially Christian men in the United States, that followed by a more fundamentalist idea of Christianity, they're like, a woman's place is in the kitchen or whatever. I'm like, dude, do you know that all the top chefs in this fucking country or on this planet are men? Like, you know that? Apparently, according to society, the people who should be cooking your fucking food are dudes. And I look at any dude that's in a relationship, or even that's not. If you're over 18 and you can't cook your own motherfucking food, at least make yourself a goddamn sandwich. You're a piece of shit. Like, you failed as a fucking human being. I do all the cooking in my house, and not just because I love cooking. I do. I've always loved cooking, but because my wife does not really enjoy cooking. And it's like, you know what? That's okay. You don't enjoy doing it. I kind of do, so I'll do it. That's not a problem for me. I don't see where, oh, no, you bitch, you get in there and fucking cook some food. Even if you fucking scald water, I don't give a shit. You get in there and cook my fucking dinner, and you better do it right. My steak better not be overcooked. Motherfucker, if I want it cooked right, I guess I should do it myself, shouldn't I? Like, I go into restaurants, and I've been like, look, let me go back there and cook my fucking steak, because this dude has fucked it up 3 times. Like, what the fuck?
Well, my dad was the same way. Like, he forced us girls to cook. Now, my sister loves it, but she is a fundamental crazy, okay? Downright freaking, she married a man that I literally despise, because he, not only did he vote for Trump in the primary, but he made her vote for Trump in the primary. And he is a fundamentalist crazy, and she's always been one. So as far as all of that goes, like, she enjoyed being forced to cook, to learn to cook. I hated it because he forced me to. And I've never been that type of woman that you force me to anything, I'm not going to enjoy it. They forced me to go to church. They forced me to cook. They forced me to clean. I don't like any of those things as an adult. As an atheist now, I despise it because I was forced to do those things. And if I would talk out of turn, I got punched in the mouth. And my dad would punch us if we so much as even said anything. But when my brother was born, the sun set and rised in his ass because he had a penis and we were female, and fuck us. It didn't matter because my dad decided that because he had a son now, his daughters he didn't give a shit about anymore. And from that point on, we figured if we wanted anything in our lives, we were going to get it ourselves because there was no help coming to us. And we had to be independent women, period.
You know, Allie's known me for quite some time, Steph. You've known me pretty long. You guys know the reason I'm an atheist. Like, you guys know. A lot of
Yeah.
people out
Oh,
there I
yeah.
don't really share it with, but my wife is the reason I'm an atheist. That strong, beautiful woman, that's the reason I'm a fucking atheist.
My
And the
husband's the
day
reason
that
why I'm an atheist.
the day that I try to tell my wife what she's gonna fucking do is the day that I get served with fucking divorce papers, because she ain't gonna fucking
Right?
deal with it. You can
Right.
fucking walk away. No,
Hmm.
mm-mm. You don't rule me. I am my own fucking human being, and I have an opinion, and I have my own fucking ability to think for myself. And you're not gonna tell me what to fucking think. You're not gonna tell me who to fucking vote for. I love that my wife's voting for Bernie because she agrees with Bernie. It's not. It has nothing to do with me. I would never tell her how to go vote in a voting booth, even if she wanted to go vote for Hillary, who I fucking hate, and not because she's a woman. You can trust me on that. It's because she's a terrible fucking politician and more of the status quo. But
Right.
even if she wanted to vote for Hillary, I'd be like, you know what? That's your choice. Like, I'm not. That's you. That's not me.
Right. But as far as being a feminist and wanting equal rights for everyone, I would never vote for Hillary because she has a vagina. There's no point to vote for someone just because she has a vagina. That is ridiculous. And there's a lot of women that are voting for her just because of that. And
Look,
that
Bernie,
makes no
Bernie has
sense to
proven that
me.
his vagina is better. He has done more for women's rights.
His vagina is much bigger.
I didn't know what to say. He has. He has proven that he is way better for women than Hillary, in the sense that he has done more for women. He's done more for African American women. He has done more for everyone, really. I mean, he's amazing. He's incredible. But back to the feminism issue. Another argument that I hear often is Western women only want rights for themselves. They don't care about the women in the Middle East or women from other countries who don't have the same right. Are you fucking kidding me? That is the reason why I am an atheist activist. It is the number one reason. Because there are women in other parts in this country who, if they tried to wear this red lipstick right here, they would be buried up to their goddamn necks and stoned in their head until they died.
And same with me. Same with me. I have enormous amounts of cleavage, and they would be stoned to death.
Absolutely.
Just for showing any part of their neck or ankles or face, for that matter.
So, yes,
and
it makes the reason why I speak out personally about religion. Is there one reason why I speak out about religion, about why I hate it, and I will absolutely back down to no one. Anyone who follows me on Facebook saw that one of my best friends from 5th grade told me, "Are you stressed? Are you sick? What's wrong with you? Why are you posting such hateful shit online all the time, constantly now?" And I let her know I fucking hate Christianity. I love you, but I hate Christianity, and nothing is going to stop that. I also hate Islam, I said. And the reason why I fucking hate this, and the reason why I speak out about this stuff, and the reason why I get death threats in my inbox is because I am 100% standing up for the women who do not have a voice to stand up for themselves. So, fuck that.
It's a fucked up thing. One of the most fucked up things I see, especially on Facebook and Twitter, is I see men and women alike who fucking want to tell me that because I tell Muslim women that live in Western countries, you don't have to fucking wrap yourself in shit. You don't have to fucking wear a trash bag when you leave the fucking house if you don't want to. And I get shit for that all the time. And even atheist women get shit for that all the time, and they're like, you know what? If a woman wants to wear that, that's her own fucking choice. You're absolutely right. Now, what we need to do is not from the fucking earliest days that they're born tell them they have to fucking wear that, and then fucking when they're 30 tell them, oh, you have a choice. You haven't had a fucking choice up till now, so how the fuck do you know what your choice is? And then I see women who defend it. Muslim women who defend this, and it's like, I want to do this. This is my choice. Have you ever known anything different? How do you know it's your fucking choice if you haven't known anything different?
The point of submission. They've been browbeaten so hard and beaten physically that they have no other choice.
And
that they do not choose to do anything else.
Yeah, don't forget that they're told constantly, without this burqa, without this hijab, men will rape you. You will be raped.
Right.
You won't be pure for your husband anymore. We will have to honor kill you because some man stuck his penis in your vagina. This is the shit they see and the shit they are told constantly. So to sit there and say it's their choice to wear it, you don't know Islam. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what it's like to be told you have to do something forever. I always had to keep long hair, right? Always had to keep long hair my entire life because women have long hair. Mind you, my mother didn't. But this is what girls did. Girls had long hair, and I had hair down past my butt before my first haircut. Okay.
Me too.
Yeah, crazy. Can you imagine? I looked just like
Mhm.
that cousin thing from the Addams Family. It was crazy. I was just this little bouncy tuft of hair with feet.
Yeah.
That's what I was. But so I've always kept long, and I hide in my hair, clearly.
Mhm.
I am nervous around people. I do absolutely get nervous on camera, even when I'm drunk sometimes. And so I keep my
I
hair
was so nervous today.
right? I keep my hair long and I hide in it. That's what I do. And it absolutely stems from me being a little girl. When something would go wrong, someone would start yelling in my house, I would hide in my hair and I would shut my eyes, and it felt like a safety blanket. And to this day, as a 32-year-old woman, I keep my hair long enough that I can hide in my hair when I need a safety blanket, and that's sad. Okay, I understand that. I understand that I am really, really fucked up for that. But it makes me fully understand why women being in a burqa was not their choice. Okay, it's something that they've had since they were little. Thanks, Casper.
Mhm.
Something they've had since they were little. It's something that they've grown into, and it's literally their security blanket. They feel like they have to have it, and on top of that, being told you're going to get raped without it, on top of that, being told you won't be pure without it. Yeah, absolutely, it's not a choice. It is no longer a choice.
Yeah. It definitely, it's never a choice for them. And even the little boys are trained from birth to carry a gun or use how to use grenades and hide them in fruit and how to throw grenades at people. It's ridiculous how from birth they are taught to hurt other people, or how women are taught to hide from men because they're so afraid of being hurt. And we should never, in the entire world, ever live in that kind of environment. All women should be able to be free to be who they are, or men or boys should be free to be who they are, and we don't have that. And that, it hurts me. It hurts me internally. It's just a sad feeling constantly that, yeah, we may live in a so-called free country, but we still live behind closed doors and scared that we're going to be hurt by these so-called Christians for not believing in whatever they're believing. And it should never be that way.
You know, Allie knows anytime I get to talk about Islam is a happy fucking day for me, because my biggest critics, the people I fight with most, are not religious fanatics. I wish they were. They're not. They're atheists who have become apologists specifically for Islam, like CJ fucking Worldman. And I fight with these motherfuckers on a constant goddamn basis because they tell me, oh, well, you know, Islam needs to be treated with kid gloves. You can say what the fuck else you want about Christianity and Judaism, but, you know, Islam needs kid gloves. No, the fuck it doesn't. It doesn't. And the reason it doesn't is because if I fucking treat Islam with kid gloves, we don't get to have the discussion to where we point at the fucking Quran and say, you know what, this book tells men that men have such a great libido, especially Muslim men. Muslim men that believe in Allah, they have such a great libido that they can't be faulted for their actions. So women have to cover up, or else these men and their fucking unquenchable libido will go out and rape them. And when they do, unless there's fucking 2 other dudes that are willing to testify that this dude actually raped the dude, then we're gonna stone this woman to death because she got raped by multiple dudes.
And what a lot of Christians don't realize is their Bible says that shit too. Their Bible says that shit too. It's okay to rape a woman. And if you're caught, then you have to pay money. But if you're not caught, then fuck that bitch.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
And what's awesome is you don't just have to pay money. You get more. You pay money, and then you get to keep your rape victim to rape over and over and over for free. It's like a...
And then you can stone her because she wasn't a virgin when you married her.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. And I showed that stuff to my mom, which is a fundamental Christian, and I showed that to her, and she cried. She literally cried because she didn't, like most Christians, don't read their Bible. And she literally, I showed her the passages of this rape and Genesis about the creator of man and how men are supposed to rule over women. And she cried. Like, I told her, Mom, I'm an atheist. You forced me to go to church, and guess what? I read the Bible, and I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I think it's disgusting, and here's the passages why. And she goes, I never knew this was in the Bible. It's fucking disgusting. And she's still a Christian, and it makes no sense to me. Makes absolutely no sense to me. I can show her everything in the Bible, and she is still a female Christian. And same goes with why are blacks still Christian? It doesn't make any sense to me. Because if they read their Bible, it makes no sense. Because the Bible tells them you're lesser than dirt. You are supposed to be ruled over and treated like shit. Men and anything colored or anything that is lesser than you, you're to be treated like shit. And they don't care. They just continue and continue to be treated like shit, and it's okay with them. And I don't think it's right.
I honestly think this brings us around to a great idea. And one of the things that came up when I was searching for women in atheism is an article on why there aren't more women in atheism. One of the reasons that they offer is that religion offers women a community where they can be part of a community, even if it's as a subclass citizen. They still have a community there. Mm-hmm. Does atheism offer women that community?
No.
As a dude,
ever.
Yes, as a dude, I have to honestly say no.
And we should.
Doesn't.
That's the problem. Is we should be offering that. We should be opening our arms to other atheist women and be like, it's okay.
Opening up our arms to other atheist women, absolutely. But setting it up to where it's okay for them to be subpar is not okay. And that's what religion offers. Okay, religion says, we know what, woman, we understand that you're not worth beans. You're barely worth 50 shekels. A rapist would give a father for you. But we're going to let you teach the kids at church. And we're going to let you watch the nursery. You can man the nursery, little girl. You can play with babies.
Yeah.
Why don't you go do that? But you better not fucking speak in church, right?
Yeah.
You can't have that. So one of the things that I, and I did hop around from religion to religion for a while because I wanted to find a place in a church where I could speak, where I had a voice, where I could give women freedom. I was a licensed minister. I went out and I did this, found a church where I could do that at, converted to that religion, was like, I can do this. But then what voice did I have? What women wanted to hear my voice? Certainly men didn't want to hear it, right?
Right.
And there weren't any women who wanted to hear it either.
Yeah.
And so
I did the same thing. Yeah, I did the same thing. I jumped from Baptist to Pentecostal to Church of Christ. And I even looked into Methodist, and that's just crazy between Catholic and Christian, and that's just
Church of Christ.
I lost it completely. Right. And I did like a church group where we went to different churches and sang. I was a youth minister. I did all these different things, and it left me empty because no one can answer your questions in the church. No one. And don't dare talk to a male pastor because you should not be talking to me. You should not be asking these questions.
If something's wrong with your life, it's because of your period, you know. Just give it a couple of days, take an ice pack, and talk to your husband about it at home when you're feeling better and less emotional.
Right.
And that's absolutely the way women are regarded in church. But they have that, right? They have each other. They get together and they do the women's devotionals and the women's Bible studies, and they absolutely do the mommy and me days, mommy's night out, and things like that.
Yeah, they all be in the nursery and take care of the kids together, and they make sure they have the potlucks and all of that. But then when it comes to actual answers, they don't have any.
They don't have any, and then they find a place in that community where that's okay. And I'm saying atheism should never have a place like that in our community, ever. Okay, there should never be a place where women get to feel subpar and women get to feel like their answers aren't heard, and they find a group amongst each other and say, you know what, this is okay. That should never, ever, ever happen. So what we have...
we shouldn't have just small little groups. We should be integrated with men and be able to speak our mind and be able to debate with Christians or atheists just along with the men.
Yes,
and our opinions matter.
We do definitely have that place. Now, whether or not men want to agree that our opinion matters or not, that is fucking their problem, not mine. But I do every single day get out there, and I most certainly do put out my opinion. I put out my thoughts, and I tell you, challenge me. If you don't like what I say, challenge me. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why, and listen to my feedback on that. And if
I'm wrong, let me know, because I will look it up, and I will figure out the answers. And if I'm still right and you're wrong, I'm going to tell you.
Absolutely.
Because I have a voice, and I have the right to express my voice.
But what we need is we need more women who are comfortable with doing that. Because so many women that I've become friends with over the years in the atheist community have just run away from it. And I said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Being an atheist is not part of who I am. I don't care. And right now in the state of Texas, for example, women have to travel hundreds of miles to get an abortion. And laws are being passed where women can't have their dead fetuses removed from their bodies. They have to give birth to it naturally. They have to hold their dead child inside of their body and give birth to it naturally. And then all these religious fanatic laws are passing here, okay? These absolute fundamental religious laws are passing here. And it's because women have been shut up, again, in the atheist community. They're not strong enough to put up with the kind of criticism that comes with being a woman voicing themselves in the atheist community. But these are the things we're fighting. This is why it's important. I don't go out there every day and say this stuff because I enjoy conflict. I don't go out there and say stuff every day because I enjoy attention. Obviously, I don't. What I do is I go out there every day and I fight for that 15-year-old who could barely scrounge up enough money for a fucking abortion, now has to find someone to take her 250 miles to the nearest abortion clinic so she can have it. And then that's even getting taken away from her because parents have to be informed at a certain age, and there are all these fucking roadblocks. So fuck it. At 15, she made one fucking stupid mistake, and now we're all burn her. This is
or that she either made a mistake or she was raped in the first place.
There you go.
That's the thing.
Right? But this is the modern version of fucking witch burning. Right here, we are
right.
Every single woman like she's a fucking witch, and we just can't wait to rip the life away from her young hands. We can't wait to do it by saying, you know what, fuck it, you're going to have this child.
Like Trump's a new fucking thing, as imprisoning fucking women for going to get an abortion.
Yeah, right? And have you ever had, I mean, for anyone out there, and especially men, when men start talking about this, I fume, because it's like, have you ever fucking had a baby? Have you ever experienced a child kicking inside of your stomach and then have it birth it for hours, possibly days, and then all of a sudden someone hands it to you and puts it in your arms? You're not telling a 15-year-old to give it up for a fucking adoption. Okay? That is not a viable goddamn option. Let's get real. Let's get serious.
Right.
But this is why I speak out, because it's this fundamental religious shit that is just constantly pooping on women, regardless of your religion, regardless of what you think, and it's just getting shoved down our throats, and we need enough of us to say enough is enough. This is enough. I saw today in Poland, women stand up and walk out.
Oh, yeah, Warsaw.
Oh, it was beautiful. These women stood up in unity, and they just walked the fuck right out of that church. Fuck you, because they're trying to take away all abortion. All abortion across.
Right.
No matter, you're raped, tough shit, you're having this baby.
Fuck Poland, man. Fuck that shit.
Fuck this shit, you're having that baby. And it's just, it's unbelievable. And these women proudly just stood right the fuck up and said, no, enough is enough. I've had enough of your bullshit.
Right.
You're not going to take away my rights. I'm marching my ass right the fuck out of your church. And I almost cried. I was so just in love with these women standing up in unity, saying enough is enough. And that's what we need here. We need more women who say, fuck you and your criticism. I don't care if you don't like my hair. I don't care if you think I don't have a voice. I have a voice, and I'm going to annoy you with it every fucking day. That's it.
Every day.
That's where I'm
We
at.
have a right to stand up and say this is fucking bullshit, regardless if we're raped or we choose not to have that baby. Now, I understand if you're married and your husband says, no, you can't have that abortion. I get that because that's his child, and you're married, and I get that, and I understand that goes into the whole religion thing and being married or whatever, but that is his child too, and I understand that. But if you are fucking raped and they tell you, no, you can't have a fucking abortion, fuck you.
No,
Fuck you. I've been raped 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
And there is no way I wouldn't have went for a fucking abortion if a child resulted in any of those.
Absolutely.
There's no fucking way.
Well, what I say to people who want to nitpick? What about the father's right? Well, what about this? What about this? Life isn't fucking fair. Life isn't fucking
Life's not fair. It's not.
All right? So fuck you. We're the ones that have to carry it. It has to grow in my body. I have to get the sickness. I have to be looked at the community and say, oh, wow, she got fat because she's pregnant. Oh, let's stop listening to her because she's not pretty anymore because she's pregnant. Or she's not sexualized anymore because she's pregnant. These are things that we have to face. Okay, so
yeah.
Which way to go? These are.
And it's my same argument is they're going to claim that on the spent seed that they masturbated onto the floor. Is it the same fucking concept? Because all it did was fertilize some egg that doesn't even have a fucking heartbeat or brain activity for that matter. And you're going to claim that same seed that vaulted on the floor? Are you going to pay child support to that sperm that's in the fucking tissue there? No, you're not. And are you going to pay fucking child support to this baby that you decided to rape this girl and you decided, oh, it is your part to take in that, but you don't want that baby killed? Fuck you. It is not your choice when you took that right from her.
33 weeks, okay? 33 weeks, went into labor, and I had to give birth to a child. That obviously was dead when it was born.
Right.
And people couldn't wait to tell me that God needed another angel. They couldn't wait to tell me,
oh my God, yeah.
You can try again. You can try again. You can try again.
Stay with me. I had a miscarriage and it dissipated.
Who lose their babies to abortions, who really wanted them, you can try again.
Right. Oh, God needed another angel. He was already there with them.
I can't
by
even.
a miscarriage with my husband that I love so much. We had a miscarriage, and the baby dissipated and, like, went into its own cells or whatever it needed to do. And everybody's like, oh, we'll just pray for that baby that's in heaven. No, it was not a baby. It was just a bunch of cells that decided it was going to dissipate into itself, and it was not a viable fetus. Get over yourself. This is not a fucking scientific thing.
Right.
You can go fuck yourself.
Right. Well, it sucked for me because I had a very healthy pregnancy. Everything was going fine. Everything was normal, and then all of a sudden, water broke early. Had to be rushed to the hospital, maybe didn't make it. So it really sucked. But to say that God put me through 33 weeks of that so that he can have an angel is so fucked up.
It's ridiculous. And if you read the Bible, it doesn't even say that.
It
God's
doesn't.
got all the angels that he fucking needs.
That's another good point.
And if you read the Bible, the Jews are already there. There's no any room for all these other so-called Christians to be in heaven anyway.
If anyone ever read the book of Revelation, you know there are only so many spots available to you. And by the time we've reached year 2016, we're done.
Right.
Filled up, you're done. We're done at this point. Okay. So
we're done. There's no spots for these so-called Christians anyway.
Yeah. No one's kicking off in heaven. No one's dying up there. Everyone loves to say that it's for forever. So your spots are taken. Unless God didn't build heaven perfectly. Right. He's had to make some additions.
Right, but then he wouldn't be omniscient, right? And he wouldn't be all-knowing, and he wouldn't be perfect. But then they would fucking crush everything they ever fucking believe in. And everything that they believe in is fucking bullshit in the first place.
Well, I'm gonna do a last round here. I know that we've gone way over. This was a fun conversation.
Sorry about that.
No. To wrap it all back up. Women in atheism, we're needed. We're not going to be your next Richard Dawkins. You're not going to be the next Richard Dawkins. Whoever's watching this, you're not going to be him either. But that doesn't mean that your voice doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean that your voice can't carry, outrageous significance. One person, all it takes is one person to change the world. That's really all it takes. And the more of us that we have out in the community, just, damn it, the more we can do. So, yes, it's hard. I think it's hard for anyone in public. Please don't take from this that we're saying, oh, it's just women that have a hard time. It's anyone who puts themselves out there. Like we were saying in the beginning, men get the rape threats and the death threats too, just as much as anyone else. But, women, we need you. We need you to stay strong. Stay strong. Put your voice out there. If someone wants to come along,
stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you.
Stand up for yourself. If you feel that someone's telling you don't have the right to speak, speak louder. Speak louder. And keep on going.
Speak so they can hear you.
Never stop. And Stephanie, do you have some last words?
All I know is we just need more women to speak up. Speak so we can hear you. Speak so that so people don't think men are talking over you, or you need a man to talk for you. Most, I'd say about 50% of even men in the atheist community will stand beside you and speak with you, not for you or against you, but will speak with you. And just speak for yourself so we can hear you. We will stand behind you as well. It's very important.
So, we get the penis back here at the end. And I want everybody here to understand the penis doesn't have the last say. The penis isn't getting the last say. This is just generally how we do the show. And it isn't about me. I want every woman that's watched this show tonight, every woman that watches it in the future, to understand that what Allie is doing at Atheist Republic, what I am trying to help her do, and yes, I am a helper. I'm a little dude who just does what he can to help. Allie does this, and she has worked very diligently at doing it, along with furthering what our men started, is to build a real atheist community. And I want every woman out there to understand that what you're seeing tonight, what you're getting to experience here, is about building that community and stretching some open arms and saying, you know what, this has been a boys' club for a little bit too long. And even though we've been able to let go of God's, we apparently have not been able to let go of some of our other shortcomings. And it's time that we let go. And in doing so, we can help to build a real community. That's why I do what I do. That's why Allie does what she does. That's why we work towards this common goal, is because we want to build a community and we want it to be inclusive. Um, I was told on my page today, after posting about religious schools and how there's all these Christian academies here in the United States and why there aren't atheist academies, I was told by someone who is not a religious believer himself, but is, I guess he holds himself on the cusp of deism, I suppose, that atheism offers nothing, and so we're going to have nothing. And that's just how it is, and it's our own fucking fault because we don't offer anything. And my initial response was to want to jump down this dude's throat, because for me, atheism has offered me a chance to actually be a person, actually be me, and express myself. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, you know what, there's some level of truth to what he says. What are we offering? What is the atheist community offering to women? What are we offering to minorities? What are we offering to you to replace what you're giving up if you say, you know what, I'm done with religion and I'm not going back to this church again? Are we giving you a community to come to be a part of, to replace that thing that you're losing? And the really easy answer is no. We haven't been providing that. And that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to build a community here, and we want everyone to be a part of it. If you're a woman who's watched this show and you've enjoyed what's going on here, leave us a message, or you can hit me up in an email. My email is casper@atheistrepublic.com, or you can hit Allie up. I think Allie's email is allie@atheistrepublic.com, and you can send us an email and let us know, hey, you know what, motherfucker, I got some shit to say. Can I say it on the show? Yes, you fucking can. You ain't gonna get shut out here. I will happily shut my little stupid mouth and fucking take a few shots and listen to the women speak. I don't have a fucking problem with that. I can learn something. That's when you learn shit. When you shut your fucking mouth and listen to what other people have to say. That's when you learn shit. So I have no problem doing that. That's why I've actually learned shit in my life, and I'll continue to do that. So if you support what we do here at Atheist Republic, and you understand that the opinions expressed here are the opinions of the panelists, including Allie Jackson, Stephanie Brown, and Casper Rigsby, and they are not necessarily the opinions of all members of Atheist Republic, please visit atheistrepublic.com and support us in some way. If, like Miss Allie and Miss Steph, you like to have your voice heard and you want to have people hear your voice, visit atheistrepublic.com. Join us as a volunteer. We have many different openings, many different positions that you can fill, many different ways you can help the organization have your voice heard, including blogging, writing books, or any other number of things. And being on this show or doing your own damn video podcast, you can have at it. We will support you and we will promote you the same way we do this show on Atheist Republic. So get involved, make your voice heard, be a part of what we're doing, join this community and make this community better. I'm sure that the more voices we have here illuminating themselves, it will make this organization better. So everybody, get involved, especially women. We especially want to hear women's voices. So visit atheistrepublic.com, hook us up, help us out any way you can. If you want to volunteer your time, if you want to volunteer your money. And no, we're not passing around a collection plate, but hey, man, this shit ain't free. So, it is what it is. The day that it is free, we'll stop asking you for shit. We don't necessarily need it if everything was fucking free. So, vote Bernie. On that note, we'll close out the show tonight. This has been another episode of the Devils in God's Country. My lovely co-host, Allie Jackson, has been here with us, and we have had a special guest, Stephanie Brown, the wife of Timothy Brown. Not that that makes her definitely subordinate to him in any way, but just so you know her a little better, because Tim's been on the show twice now, and Stephanie will definitely be reappearing in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Check us out again next week. Same time, same channel. Devils and God's Country. Have a good night, folks.